Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Nick, are you wearing white Crocs with black socks?
Mm-hmm.
My God, man. My God. To come around the back where the producers are and show these things
up. You want a camera on that, Ross?
Yes, dude. Is that
dad
possible?
Life.
My God, man.
Living that dad life.
Well, but he's not a dad. You're not a dad, right? You are. Oh, you are a father. Okay. Okay. So you are a father. That's fine. But those are white Crocs with black socks. Gosh. Is that, so when the front part is down, is that the party?
No, this is just casual mode. This is
casual?
This is sport mode.
That's sport mode? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just trying to check that out there. White anything shoe-wise gets real dirty, let alone Crocs with holes in them.
Yeah, but you can just wipe those down. I mean, he's chosen not to, but you can just wipe them down.
Would you say it's the dude version of jelly shoes? You remember jelly shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I will say the difference between jelly shoes and Crocs are insanely comfortable to the point where you have to fight the urge to wear them. Whereas jelly shoes were like the worst. You always got blisters, sweaty, gross. It was not good. But Crocs are hard to stay away from.
For those about to croc, we salute you. We salute you, friend.
Yep.
That's a bold move on a day like today. This fucking state, man. There's a 40-degree drop every single day. Jesse, I've never seen you this sick, like in a state before. And Dan Holloway's the same way.
Yeah.
He's always got the sniffles and things are going on, and it's like it's a weird weather state we're in. Because everybody's Texas is hot down there.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but then let's have fucking hot-ish winters. We didn't get that. Usually it's not like down to the fucking 20s. Today, it technically says it's 76 degrees today or 78 degrees, but there's an 80 mile an hour wind, so that knocks it down to like 4 below.
Right.
And I'm wearing long sleeves everywhere and kind of sweatpants because I don't know what's going to happen where I'm like, can I just wear jeans or shorts or what are we doing here?
It's a Cinderella sitch where if you stay out for some reason past sunset, you better have your parka. Do you know what I mean? You're going to turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah. So I've got I've got a North Face in the car for no reason. And I'm like, man, what's the weather going to be like today? Right. And our son is on spring break.
Spring break.
Spring break.
I fucking hate spring break.
As a mom, sure. Yeah, you hate spring break.
Yeah.
I'm going to take him, though, this weekend. We're going to go to Six Flags. We're going to go to some March Madness games. It's going to be fun, once we head on down through the week. But on the way here, when we got out of the car, he was like, why is it so windy? And I'm like, I don't have an answer. We're in a landlocked state. Where the fuck is this wind coming from? But 2-3 days a week, 80 mile an hour winds where you're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. Austin itself, love the food. Love the entertainment.
Right.
I like the environments. The sunsets are beautiful as advertised.
Sure.
But the weather is complete dog shit.
Right.
Complete dog shit. Because in the summer, it's going to be 118 for 4 months in a row. And you're just like, oof.
Right.
No reprieve from that. Where'd that fucking wind go?
Although, yeah.
Yeah.
In the hill country, though, we do have a little bit of a breeze.
Fuck off with that bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We don't have any breeze.
Sorry, you're the only one that gets to talk about weather like an old person.
No, dude, we don't have any breeze there.
We do. Our backyard has a breeze. It's the only way that it's bearable.
It's no. I feel like I'm in Sahara, Africa.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like it's fucking nuts there. Nuts, Jabes.
Sure.
And I'm all done with it. I'm all done, okay?
Okay, well, you can't be done.
Giorgio goes, I want to go back to the beach. I do too, Giorgio.
Yeah.
Put me back on the goddamn beach.
Yeah.
Miss my 60-year-old gay wine bar owners with boats. Take me out on Sundays.
Really?
Did
Was that a thing for you down there?
Yeah. I didn't
So
really
many
have
boats.
any friends. But
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah,
I
good
know.
for you.
I know.
Good for you. Big fan of that though. I want to see a photo of you on one of these boats. Do you have any gay boat shots of you?
yeah, I can go through the old Instagram stories that
That'd be
are probably
dope.
posted.
Gay boat shots.
Yeah, like I want to see what it was like. How much fun he was having.
Yeah, he even bought a tube for us to ride around.
Really?
in. Yeah.
You guys were tubing?
tubing.
Son of a bitch!
Go to Figure Eight Island.
Fuck you.
Post up.
Figure eight.
Yeah, post
God
up for a
damn
little
it,
bit.
dude.
Was it
now I'm
Fortunate
jealous.
Glass guy?
Yeah, Fortune. Was it Fortune Glass or Fortune Wine?
Fortunate Glass.
Yeah.
I think it was Fortunate Glass.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew him?
Yeah.
The owner of that place?
Yeah, I would just hang out there by myself
Yeah.
and eat flatbreads, and then eventually he befriended me.
He was kind of like a Tim
Shit.
Dillon gay, though, right?
yeah.
Where
Yeah.
like I didn't know if he was like a real bro or if he was just a gay guy that was like didn't care.
But he plays a lot of piano and sings, so then you're just like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
That's fun. Try to pull up a pic, dude. I want to take you back to the good old days. Because right now we're living in the stink of it, Jesse.
Oh yeah, well,
Look, we've always said this on the show, and we will stand by this statement. We get really, really sad. The only two things, not war, and like Ukraine, not really concerned with that, right? It's not our war. We're not the fucking world's police. Not that sad about that. However, when a fucking supermodel dies, god damn it, dude, or a porn star,
you've gone too far.
nothing
Putin.
gets my goat
Yeah.
more than that. Don't kill off supermodels. They're super, we're regular. I'm just a regular old fucking hump. Some fucking dickless wandering the streets of the world. But they're super, and they're models. Now they're dying. So there was a hot one. Can you pull her up, the Russian model who's dead? Pull up a picture of her first, and then I'll get into the story. That's
Greta
the pic.
Vedler.
There you go. Put that on full screen.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. This is
And
a
she's dead?
goddamn shame, dude. She's dead.
What
She's dead.
happened?
Is there a sad song you can play underneath that? Is there something of hope or prayers, thoughts and prayers that we have on the soundboard? There we go. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, she had it? Yeah. Producer extraordinaire.
Oh, she's going up to heaven.
Heaven
That is
gained
the
an angel.
perfect going up to heaven song. God
What
bless it.
happened?
Well, turns out she called Vladimir Poots, old Poots, a psychopath. So she used to date Putin.
Oh.
She used to date him. Yeah, weird, right? Weird that a hot model in Russia used to date the Vladimir Putin.
Now, how many armed men would show up to her door before the dates and be like, "It's time for the date.
Yeah.
Get dressed."
It's time for the date. Yeah.
So she called him a psychopath, and then this is what you don't want to do to Putin. You don't want to say that he's a psychopath, and then what's he really going to do anyway?
Oh yeah.
No,
You don't want to poke Putin.
don't want to do
You
that.
don't want to poke the Putin.
Yeah. She'd previously written online, given the fact that Putin went through a lot of humiliation in childhood, he could not stand up for himself due to his slight physical form. It is not surprising that he left after law school and joined the KGB. Such people are timid and fearful from childhood, afraid of noise and darkness, strangers. So traits such as caution, restraint, and lack of communication are developed early in their character. I can only assume, in my opinion, a clear psychopathy. I've never heard that term before. Psychopathy, perhaps. Mm-hmm. They're putting a Y on the end of psychopath, essentially. Figure that the fuck out yourselves today. Or sociopathy is seen in him. For psychopaths, it is important to constantly experience a sense of fullness and sharpness of life. So they risk love, intense experiences, intense communication, intense activity, and intense dynamic in life. I don't feel bad about this because what is he going to do anyways? Well, turns out she was found dead, stuffed inside a suitcase.
When?
A couple days ago.
Really? After she wrote that?
Weird, huh? You don't say. Now, there is a guy that she was dating who has confessed to the murder magically.
Okay.
I'm sure it was pure coincidence of like, oh, hey, man, you talk shit about Putin, and then all of a sudden you wind up in it. But it's the boyfriend. There was another guy who did this.
And then the boyfriend
Strangled
is
her to death.
confessing why then?
Exactly. Why
No.
the fuck would you confess?
No, I'm asking.
I don't know.
Because he probably did it, right?
Yeah, he's allegedly, he confessed to strangling her to death and putting her in a suitcase.
Okay.
But let's face it, it's Putin. Like, you walk into this guy's house and be like, hey, dude, so here's the sitch. We killed this fucking girl, stuffed her in a suitcase. We need you to come forward and release a statement so it doesn't look like him. And we'll kind of shove you off somewhere. Where do you want to go? You want to go by the sea or do you want to go to the Siberia? Your call on this one. And you don't have a choice but to buck up to that one. Now, obviously, judging by the picture, I see why the boyfriend risked it all. But if you knew she was dating Putin, I would never fucking date this girl again, would you?
If you knew she was dating Putin?
Before, yeah.
Because you're scared for your life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends if he was done with her or not.
Right.
Who, Putin?
Right. If you're like taking care of one of Putin's like discarded ex-love interest and making sure she's taken care of and enjoyed it, you might get a little rub of the green, maybe.
Now, look, if this was just a statement, we can segue this, but if this was just a statement about your ex, whether it was Putin or not, I would be a little suspect as a boyfriend and be like, why do you give so much of a shit about this, right? To write this statement about your ex.
Right.
Let's take the Putin out of it. Like, you never want to be with someone that, like, hates their ex, because that means they're, like, still fucking thinking about them, right?
Sure. And ironically, Kevin Walters in the chat just gave us $100 and wanted me to read a story about an ex-girlfriend. So we will.
All right, Kevin.
We will oblige.
That is the price.
What
That is
I'm
the
going
price.
to take from this, though, Kevin, is that you're still thinking about her. Carry on. Can I have a Waterloo?
So says Ross, can you read this
Thanks,
to my
my
wife for me in any manner you seem fit? Without super chat price, Regina, I love you. Thanks for being my ex-girlfriend for the last 3 years, 7 years in total. There's no one else I'd like to do this life with and get freaky in bed with. I love you.
I'm sorry. I'm confused.
Kevin, explain yourself.
So, Kevin.
We're going to talk about relationships today. This is the perfect time for it. Giorgio, do you have a pic of you and the gay man? Is that what you're bringing
Thanks for being my... Thank you, dear.
over? Yeah, look at that.
Thank you for being my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, I read it.
It's his wife now.
It's his wife now.
Oh,
Yeah, it's his wife now.
No longer his girlfriend.
No longer his girlfriend.
no longer his ex-girlfriend.
Correct. Now it's his wife, Regina. And he's
They
saying,
got
I
back
love
together.
you. Not sure. Kevin, write in. Did you guys, were you broken up for a little bit and then got married?
They never broke up.
They
it's
never
just
broke
his
up?
ex-girlfriend because it's now his wife.
Oh, got it. Jesse's not happy about that one. Not happy about that one.
Well,
Jesse, you're
Regina-
my ex-girlfriend.
don't you fucking dare. Regina, I hope you're into this.
Ross, I do have some images from my time on Figure
Please.
It Out.
Hey!
I was
What do
like,
we
was that
got?
the model or is that
Oh,
Giorgio?
shit, dude.
So he would always keep freezy pops for us on deck.
That have like been cut
That
and
sounds
resealed?
horrifying.
Yeah. Somehow like they weren't the like seal from the...
Yes.
I love it.
Just
I
giving
love
out feed pics for free, I guess.
Right, and that's a little teaser. They're a little out of focus. And
Look
then
at that with
here's,
just
here's
the
me on the
feet.
tube with another. I forget this dude's name, but we would find other guys.
Why
to
is he
invite.
so high? Did he
Five
fall off the
other
tube?
guys?
That was me doing a backflip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mid-tube, you did a backflip.
Yeah, showing
Shit.
off for the gram.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Wow. And then go back to those freezy pops. That's a power
Those
gay move
were-
right there.
Yeah. And those were the days, remember when it was just like feet? You would just take a picture of your feet on the boat. This is definitely dating that picture for sure. Now, what did
Pre-pandemic.
what did you have to do? Disclose what you want.
Nothing.
But was it really just like he wanted to just like look at you?
I think.
Or just have fun with you?
He found to be interesting from my time at the
I get
bar.
that.
And then there was a couple other groups of people that would come. There was like a younger couple who was my age who was just engaged. There was a 40-year-old couple who were swingers, but like still in shape and like kind of hot.
Yeah.
But then they would like complain about their exes a lot while on the boat. And then there was like a 55-year-old couple who also owned a boat. And so like they had gotten them into it and they bought one and they were start taking like 2 boats out at a time
Oh, look at that.
with all these different people in it.
Giorgio, if I were you, I would go back to Wilmington right now. That sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
And then one of them owned these little condos right here, and then could tie up this lady.
Was
we'd
this
pick-
Wrightsville or Carolina?
Carolina.
Fuck yeah,
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
Damn it, dude. We fucking tore you away from
Carolina
from
Beach
paradise.
is where you can get real freaky.
Loose. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we literally
get
pick
loose.
people up from their house on
Yeah.
the intercoastal.
Yep.
So we
Oh,
just,
yeah, yeah.
went
Yeah,
up
it's
to
a
their house.
blast. God damn it. Giorgio.
This one girl was like literally dating / fucking the guy who was like the contractor on her house. So like they were both living in the bottom, and he was just like working up top, and like apparently wasn't working that hard, but was still
No.
laying pipes. So it was a whole ordeal.
What a dream. Anytime you're close to water in that way, people just relax. All kinds of things, like morals, like, do you know what I mean? They just like, it's just not as fucking uptight.
You could say even certain parts of the body start to relax.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
Nico,
It's just like,
Nico Team 6 says, my gaydar says Giorgio is 100% yes. What is he doing with a gay dude on a boat alone? Well, they
Oh,
weren't alone.
please.
They weren't alone, right? You guys never did time on the boat alone?
Never,
No,
never
and I
alone.
don't-
Always big groups. Always like 8 people dinners for sushi afterwards, kind of thing.
Well, the other thing I will say about Giorgio too is because of his wrestling skills, there's not a situation that he couldn't get out of. So it's, you know,
he can do stuff like that. Like,
yeah, because if it ever turned and got
Yeah.
uncomfortable, Giorgio would just choke the guy out.
so that's the difference between like Giorgio living that whatever life and then me living that whatever life.
or
It's
Bob.
like,
Bob might get overpowered by a gay man, and then there's nothing you can do.
Look, these. See,
mean,
no, it's not really because like they're gonna drug me. There's gonna
Oh,
be
that's
some,
true.
Be some
It's true.
GHB. There's gonna be
yes.
some Molly.
What do you think's in those pops?
like, no, that's the first thing I thought is like,
Injecting it right into the
you're
pops.
giving the boys on your boat some icy pops.
Some icy pops.
You know?
Real red.
Real red icy pops, and I want you to just
Dirty pop.
savor those. Savor those. Oh, Giorgio, it looks like you have lipstick on.
My little pretty boy.
But that sounds like a fucking blast, by the way. And I'm sorry that we. By the way, I'm sorry that we took you from that.
We're sorry that we took you away from your dream life.
And also, Giorgio's down for a good time, and I do have to say, not to stereotype, but gay guys can fucking party. And so,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
does he have to be gay to go on the boat? No, he just like wants to have a good time.
I had a ton of gay friends in LA. They threw the best fucking parties, dude. It was awesome. So, yeah, I get it. I totally
They can
get
handle
it.
their booze.
Yeah,
they
dude.
can handle their coke.
Yep. And they had the best drugs.
It was fun.
Best drugs, best food, best houses. God damn it, man. Their interior design for it's the
Their
best.
eye for design.
It's amazing. It's
Now look,
way
yeah.
better than every fucking straight guy.
Yes, I mean yeah.
And that dates back even to college. I remember a buddy of mine. I'm never a big blow guy, but obviously college friends were. And there was one guy that had it, Johnny on the Spot. He was a gay guy, and he used to serve rails on a replica of that Star Trek ship. What's the name of that thing? Because it was flat across the top. What was the ship in Star Trek?
The Enterprise?
There it is. So he had a replica of the Enterprise, and that was his serving tray for the cocaine. Really nice and really hilarious. Like, it was really fucking funny.
Right.
Where it was like he took the time to order a replica of the Starship Enterprise and then serve cocaine on that.
That's
Like,
my kind of person.
That's the
Yeah,
best,
yeah.
dude. Those guys are the best.
Yeah.
And I hope he's not selling drugs in Columbus, Ohio to this day, or I just shut him down.
Regina.
Regine's?
She said, I'm Kevin's wife, and I loved his shout out.
Oh, great. Okay, good.
See?
Thank God, because we never know on this show, Regina, and we want to make sure that everything's
See?
on the up and up here, because if not, they're going to cancel us.
Although
you know?
Andrew Smith in the chat says Regina isn't real.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Plot twist.
Hang on.
Full stop.
Hang on.
Plot twist.
Go check. Regina isn't real. Go check it out. I mean, he's really doubling down in all caps.
Yeah.
Is there a Facebook group about this?
I mean, there must be. Find the real Regina.
Find the real Regina. We're going to do a relationship show today and get into some relationships. I'm going to out Jessie here for something she said the other night, and I want the world to hear this, okay? Because I think it's important. We were watching Love is Blind, a.k.a. Love is Bleezy.
AKA Psychos on Parade.
No, some of them were normal. Some of them had decent relationships, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, one couple I thought, two couple I thought should have been together.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, you go into a room, you don't get to see the other person until you propose to them, and then you get to see them afterwards, and then you guys go on a honeymoon, and then you meet the family, and then you get married and all that other shit. Nico Team 6 is now saying Kevin is now Regina. Plot twist.
Whoa.
Plot twist.
Just so you guys know,
So
a simple, nice little message to your wife
Yeah.
will be turned into complete shit.
horror
here.
show.
But good for you guys.
Good for you guys. We love you.
It means you have a
We love
sense
you.
of humor, and we love you. Go ahead.
So in this Love is Blind sitch, if you don't get married, they do introduce all the people. And if you don't get married, you're not on the show for past, episode 1, 2, tops.
Yeah.
There was a couple overweight people, girls, who were on that show. They were heavier, and they didn't get chosen at all. So even though, my remark to you was, even though Love is Blind, I find it odd that the two fatter girls, big girls, didn't even get a proposal because you can't see the other person on the other side. Your response was, you can hear fat in their voice because their B's sound different. Burger.
This conversation was not, like there's certain conversations that you have with people.
Yeah, he really threw you on the bus. On
Yeah.
this one.
Like they're not supposed to leave. And it was obviously a joke.
Was that not supposed to leave?
You're literally trying to cancel Jesse right now.
Yeah.
No, wait. I kind of agree with you, though.
Thank you, Dan. So listen, what I was saying in a joking way, if you don't agree with me, it was a joke.
I
But
actually agree with you.
No, I was saying you could hear in people's voices like how they sound if they're bigger or not.
It's true.
And also I think that they do ask certain questions. Like they asked her, like, do you like working out? They showed her saying a couple times, like, nope, not a fan. And it's just like,
Yeah, I mean, you can find out if someone's overweight or not. They should have a show where you just look at somebody's shopping cart and you go off that.
shopping cart, or ask them a couple questions, or listen to them talk for a certain amount of time.
Because they're out of breath by the end of it.
It's either out of breath, it's a B. Okay, now this was a joke, by the way. I don't actually believe this.
No, I actually.
It was a
joke. When you said it, I was like,
and you were
it kind of
not
makes sense.
supposed to bring it up.
But like for real, because like bigger girls have a big one, especially on a show like that, bigger personality, and you're like, oh, all right, sweet, yeah, I can hear it. I can now hear it.
Like even when she said, so I think Shake was the one that asked her, like, so what are your hobbies? Do you like working out? And she's like, not a fan. It's like you can even tell then how they say that.
Because it's
How
such
do you
an
not
outrageous
work?
statement.
Yeah,
It's a
like
dead giveaway, yeah.
yeah, like how could you say like, oh, nope, like ever? Like you just don't ever want to work out, like ever? It's just a weird thing to say.
The one Indian guy who is the most hated character, and I know it's a real person, but we'll treat it as a character, Shake.
Yeah,
He
was
just kept
a
saying, here's what he led with, Giorgio, and it reminded me of you. All he kept saying was, yeah, I just want a girl that'll just be on my shoulders at a festival. And I was like, oh, God. And he was a fucking house DJ in his spare time. He was a veterinarian in real life, so he was rich.
So he was an aspiring DJ.
Yes.
Yes.
But he was already he's a veterinarian, and he had the good Tesla, like the 140,
Yeah, that makes it worse, Ross.
yeah,
But
$140,000 one.
that's essentially, he was just pulling the Michael Scott move where he was asking, can she fit in an average size rowboat?
Yeah.
So he's like,
can I
on my
put you on
shoulders?
my, like if we were at a festival, can I put you on my shoulders? Would that be hard? And a lot of the girls were like, fuck you, bro. But like, he was really trying to, again, like ask some leading questions to be like, are you bigger?
Or do you like to festival?
Do you like to festival? Do you like to do that festival thing?
Do
What
you like
to
illicit
do?
drugs and sex with strangers?
Yeah.
At a certain age.
Because if you do, guess what? I'm your guy.
Anyways, thank you, Ross.
But it made sense. So I'm not going hard on you. Like, it did make sense, and none of them got picked, and you're right. You can hear it.
Is it weird that B sound also makes me think of a better blowjob? Like it's sloppier?
Yeah.
Look,
You got to have a skill.
I'm
You got to
sure.
have a skill to make up for that.
I'm sure. You can't tell how a blowjob's going to be even by looking at a person.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one mystery, right? Like you could be the hottest chick in the world.
Like that
I
Russian,
think
like
that's
that,
one thing you can't ever predict.
the dead Russian model was probably not great at blowjobs.
She never had to be.
No. Yeah, and we'll keep showing that. Again,
It's
can we
the Leo,
can we score that real
it's
quick
the
again?
Leonardo
Thank you.
DiCaprio
Yeah.
syndrome. You
Thank you.
never had to try.
But also,
R.I.P. R.I.P.
what her skill at giving a blowjob was that you could tell other people that she gave you a blowjob.
Exactly
Correct.
right.
And that is a greater skill than
than the
fucking-
actual blowjob.
Yeah, fucking Porky Pam coming in and just sucking you dry.
Right. Because you can't tell any.
Porky Pam.
Bob's in it now. He's in it.
Bob's
He's in it with me.
Bob has entered the
He's
chat.
in it. He's
Porky
in it.
Pam.
Porky Pam. By the way, Porky Pam
Porky Pam's
will
red.
give you
That'll
a
play.
fucking good
Yeah,
blowjob.
she will. If you're on the other end of a glory hole,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
Porky
yes.
Pam.
Yeah.
Porky Pam's the one you're going to. You're not
Right.
going to the Russian model.
You have came home from your frat formal. Your date is passed out because she has drank too much. Porky
Your
Pam has just
frat
downed a Jimmy John
formal.
sandwich and is ready to go.
There's a lot of truth on that side of the table right now. Okay? Okay?
Hard truths.
Hard truths.
We speak our truth.
Yeah, we're
Hard
really
truth.
we're really going hard today.
Oh, just wait.
Much like Kim Kardashian, right? We're having an opinion.
Skeet Davidson.
It's going to space.
Yeah.
Porky Pam is
Did you
all
hear that?
over the fucking chat right now. And
Porky
I fucking
Pam.
love it. Okay.
Craig said they have verified Kevin Walters. That is his real wife. So
Okay.
Regina does exist.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig. We appreciate that. Yeah, we're going hard today. Who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a shit? Let's go for it today. Shall we?
We shall. Can I comment really quick before we do?
Do whatever you
on
want.
the Kim Kardashian
Do whatever you want.
backlash?
What backlash is there against her?
So she said in an interview for the Hulu show, it's her sisters, they're talking about it. What's your advice? Behind the camera, what's your advice? I would assume this is what she said. What's your advice for girls that are trying to do what you do?
Right.
And she said, my advice is get the fuck up. My advice for women trying to get business women that are trying to get into this industry, whatever, is to get the fuck up and work. Doesn't seem like anybody wants to work anymore. That was her advice.
Sure.
Then the mob of what about me,
Yeah.
this whole what about me mob, like you said one thing, but it didn't pertain to me in my life. So now it's like this whole, she's so out of touch because she had a sex tape and nannies and all these things. And I think the point of that is that she wasn't talking to those people, right?
Sure.
She wasn't talking to these people that are bringing up, like, what about a 35-year-old single mom that's working 3 jobs? To that you say, sorry, honey, I wasn't actually talking to you because that's not going to happen for you.
That's like someone. That's like a runner being like, "Look, if you wanna win, you gotta get up every day and just run." And then like a handicapped person being like, "Well, my legs don't work.
What about me,
well,
right?
My legs don't work."
Exactly.
No.
So it's what about me? It's like no matter what you say, there's going to be a group of people that go, yeah, but what about me?
Me.
You're not.
They just add these.
What
like,
about me?
They're like, well, what about? And then they add 100 bizarre qualifiers,
Exactly.
and you're like, obviously this is not a blanket
I'm not talking to you. And I would love for her to be able to go like the Goop route, like Gwyneth Paltrow, where she literally just said, hey, by the way, I'm talking to rich people. If you aren't rich, just keep scrolling.
Yeah.
And she never apologized, and she never was like, oh, let me dumb down my thing, or let me make a sauna. Let me give you a sauna recommendation that's a little bit more affordable for you.
Abandon your children and get a boob job.
Right.
Yeah, get some
and the
fucking
point
ass
is-
fillers.
The point, and it was just, I think it was just a couple day story, and it was a slow news day or whatever, but everyone just being like, you know, my advice is to have a sex tape. My advice is to grow up rich. My advice is to blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's literally talking to young girls.
Yeah.
You're over 30 and you're trying to be an influencer. Starting now, she's not talking to you. She's talking to girls that are DMing her, like, what do I do? How do I get to where you're at? I have this many followers. I'm on my way, whatever. Her advice to those girls
Right.
was just fucking work. You've got to work.
And
You've got to work.
I would have followed that up with, hey, to everyone I was talking to, look at how offended all of these people are at being told they have to work hard. So
Don't be that.
Yeah, don't be that. Look, great.
Don't write
great
me a
proof
message
to work.
about, exactly. Don't write me a message about how I'm not talking to you. Because that right there is exactly what I'm fucking talking about. And again, like, I would, if she was at a hospital in Ukraine saying this speech, problematic. If she was at a domestic violence shelter talking to women, like, problematic. But she was on her Hulu show in full Gucci, whatever it is,
Yeah.
saying, if you want to
Balenciaga.
do, probably, if you want to do what I'm doing, you've got to fucking work for it. And you have to be in the right age range right now. You can't be 35, you can't be a single mom, you can't have 3 jobs. I'm sorry, that ship has sailed. Anthony Bourdain used to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you're 35, people asking me how do I get into the business, if you're 35 right now, almost 40, right now, just trying to become a chef, he said, it's not going to happen for you, you've got to find something else.
Yeah.
If you're overweight, and you want to, he even said that, you're not going to be able to start in the kitchen right now like that. Find something else. Like, I'm not fucking talking to you.
But also, like, okay, you're not gonna be a chef. You can still open your own restaurant or something like that. You can go be in a kitchen.
Yeah, you can have a food truck. You can do some of those things.
Yeah, what you can't, I guess, work at is a fucking 5-star Michelin restaurant.
No.
Right, and
With-
you can't be trying to become a celebrity chef starting at 0 at 35. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
If you've never worked in a kitchen before and you're thinking about maybe becoming a chef and you're 35, he said very fucking plain, it's not going to happen for you.
Not through that avenue, no.
Not through that avenue.
But what if you have a sex tape and then you have a morning show and then that morning show becomes a cooking show? You got to think outside the box.
Well,
Exactly right.
Or
well,
inside the box.
Hang on. So
But anyways.
real quick, can you cut to camera 5 real quick, Giorgio? Is that possible? Just put that on screen. Yep.
Just
that
the
thing is
croc.
fucking haunting me, dude. It's haunting me
Yeah.
right now.
In the
just
top
that
corner.
one white croc, dude, right there. Boom.
Nick.
I caught it. I caught it out of the corner of my eye,
It's
and I
talking
did.
to him. But anyways, I
Now
just
you
wanted
can cut
to
back. Yeah, that white
address
croc got me.
that because no surprise to anyone, I agree with her, right? Like, no surprise I agree with someone saying, hey, you got to get the fuck up and work. If this is what you want to do, it's a lot of work.
But the other option, to go back to what Giorgio was saying, is you become somebody later in life that somebody famous loves, like Hilaria Baldwin. You change who you are. You stalk people.
You don't think that was hard work? Motherfuck. I mean, she had to, seriously.
But she got a cooking show afterwards. She was doing cooking segments
put
all over
in-
the, yeah, she did. She put in the time.
She put in the time, she put in the work, she
Yep.
found out what his type was
Yep.
from friends, she found out where he was gonna fucking be,
Yeah.
and fucking did that
Changed
shit.
her entire personality, persona, name. She changed her name.
Thank you. And by the way,
Less time than cooking school. It's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
She cut the line, dude. But she worked hard.
James Altucher skipped the line.
Goddamn right.
he skipped the
Goddamn
line.
right. Yeah,
he
that's the name
did.
of his book. Yeah, he was on the show. His book is Skip the Line. It's fantastic. And he talks all about this. If you want to skip the line, you still got to put in work, but you got to
Yes.
figure out a way around it and be
Yes.
like, all right, great.
Yes.
I understand what they're saying, by the way, with like Bourdain and those guys. The biggest question I get all the time, like on DMs, besides I want to write a book, or I want to be an actor. I always say the same thing. How old are you? Because at this point, if you hadn't started by 35 years old, in that profession, it is not going to happen to you. I don't even know any agents that would take you on as a client at that point. Now, books are different because if you have, but it's going to take hard work. You're going to have to self-publish and get yourself out there and do everything else. But you can at least do that on your own. But you can't become a famous chef on television or a famous actor just starting at that age.
Starting at that time.
Can't.
If you've been at it for a while, if you're just trying to get that last little, like, what's this last little thing that I can do? I've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
Fine. But if you're literally just being like, you know what? Unless you're rich, by the way, that's another way to just
cut the line.
cut the line. But yeah, I mean,
But most people aren't rich. Most
Yeah.
people aren't like, fuck, dude. That's
So
just the way it
anyways,
is, yeah.
It just pissed me off because it would be like if you said that to someone, like, you got to just fucking put in the work, dude. You got to write every single day. And then people being like, what about the people without hands, man?
Yeah.
What about the people that don't have a computer? It's like, then you don't get to do it. Like,
No.
just get out of here.
No, so
Can't
Boston
talk
Joe,
to everybody.
Boston Joe's in the chat. He said Ross loves to tell people to give up on their dreams.
That's me.
I told Joe to. I told Boston Joe. I told him to because he plays guitar, right? And he's opening up for, say it in the chat and I'll shout you out. But what I said to him was, if you want to be a musician at, I think he's 30, 29 or 30 at this point, you can't do it in Clayton, North Carolina. You've got to be in Austin. You've got to be in LA or New York. Someplace where there's just a fuck ton of, like, you can go in every bar here, all the way to Dripping Springs or anywhere else. Like, shit, I took our kid up to Twisted X, played some Jenga, a little ring toss. Daddy had a couple beers. There was a band playing that was incredible there, right? But there's places here in these cities where you can play every single day and become the absolute best at your craft with the best musicians on the planet. And if you're not there, then you're not going to make it. Same way with acting. If you're not in LA or New York, nobody's going to find you in fucking Kansas and be like, yeah, dude, I saw a thing online. You're good. That shit hasn't happened since Pam Anderson in that fucking Canadian football game where it was like they saw her on a scoreboard and had to have her in Baywatch.
Right.
It doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, the giving up on your dreams is definitely my mantra that I've been saying forever.
And this is what I tell people. If this dream is serious, go to the places where it is achievable. Otherwise, fuck it. Like, even with us and the podcast and this whole media company, everybody said, look, dude, we're moving the top 10 biggest shows here. We'll give you the same guests, advertisers, you can do everything, all the things, but you need to be here. I wasn't stoked about leaving Wilmington. I loved it there. Love the fucking beach. I just bitched about the weather at the top of this show. However, guests and everything else, like, dude, we couldn't have gotten Matthew McConaughey to come on Drinking Bros and shit like that. Like, you have to be where the talent is.
Yeah.
Long and short of it.
And it's sort of like this, I forget what it's called, but it's like survivor syndrome or champion syndrome or something where
Champion
these
syndrome, I
people,
love.
I don't know, it's something, but it's like these people at the top of their game. Like, for example, Michael Phelps telling you, don't give up. It's really hard. You'll get there. Just keep working at it. Not taking into account, like, his wingspan, his fucking God-given,
One large testament to you guys, though, I don't think is said enough, is like you just kept showing up. You never gave up, and Ross continued to want to do it every day, no matter what. And I think there's something to that process. Like, everyone wants the quick fix to jump the line, but sometimes you just have to have that time in it.
like how many
there is no
years
quick
now,
fix.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Like stand-up. Stand-up is another great example.
You're
Like,
right.
all those guys hit the road for a 1 hour special for a fucking year usually, and they're just honing in that 1 hour, and that's it. For a year.
Just got to get in reps.
Yeah, exactly. And
reps.
because I've gotten calls in the last like 2 or 3 years of like, hey, dude, get back into stand-up. You can do a special. It'll be rad. It's like, no, it won't be rad.
No, that ship has
Sailed. Like, it is sailed. And like at one point, maybe 5-6 years ago, I was like, yeah, I could definitely do it. No, the ship is sailed, dude. And it's admitting it and moving on with your life and being like, all right, great. Because I simply can't get the reps in. I don't have time. I don't have time to travel the country.
What?
How about a one-man show?
Gay. This is
A Ross Patterson one-man show touring
God.
around
He would
theaters.
never.
3,000
He would never.
3,000 seater every night, brother.
No.
Holiday Ave throughout the audience.
We could call it Porky Pam's.
Porky Pam's, dude. Porky Pam's.
It's a great special.
Great
name.
special. But even that, like in Boston Joe, I'm talking about myself as well in this. Like even for stand up, at one point, I was like, man, I would really love to have a 1 hour out somewhere. It'd be fucking rad. Stand up is how I started at 16 years old, and it was great. But I am nowhere near prepared for that. And we talk about being fucking bilingual and shit all the time. Of like, dude, I was fluent in Spanish at one point in my life. However, I never worked on it after that. I tested out of it after that. It is gone. Same with the stand-up skills. Like, I could probably do a 15-minute set somewhere and be...
But there's going to be people next to you that have been doing it
100%.
straight for 20 years, and it just, you can't ever stack up.
No. And there's also going to be
don't-
your audience who will love you no matter what and show up to see what you do.
Sure.
And if you believe in that hype when you're doing stand-up too, of like, oh man, this fucking 250 people love me tonight. I must be great around everywhere. No, dude. Chances are it's your own fans that show up to this stuff, and you can't believe in that gas either.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm really stuck on Spanish Ross right now. I wish he would have came out of the coma like only speaking Spanish.
it'd been great.
Yeah.
It'd have been fucking
Yeah.
great, dude.
He used to be fluent.
I used to be fluent. I can every word I still know pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't conjugate verbs.
Orange? What's orange?
Naranja.
Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome, dude. Fuck off.
Bicycle?
Bicicleta. Yeah, what's up, dude?
Wow.
Dude.
Wow.
Shovel.
Cucumber. How do you say?
How you say cucumber in your language?
How do you say it?
I don't know how to say cucumber.
Oh,
I wasn't.
pepina.
They don't really teach you the weird ones.
Oh, you were fluent, though.
Pretty much. I mean, cucumber's a weird word. Like, did I learn it at some point? Sure.
Sure.
Is that something it sticks with you? No.
Mm-hmm.
Cucumber? I don't even like cucumber. I've never asked for, you know what, can I have more cucumber in this ever in my life in English, let alone Spanish?
What's black in Spanish?
Oh, boy.
Negro.
Put the camera on you, Giorgio. Camera on you. I
Anyways,
did
He
not
pronounced
say
it
it.
right.
He pronounced
If
it
you
right.
start with like it's a part of your body, then that's
It's a softie.
yeah.
It's a softie in that, Giorgio.
I do want to get into relationship stuff. Should we
And we
do
will.
some
We got to do some sponsors who put the show on the air. Ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Get on the mattress, pull off your jeans, make love to your lady. This is, look, Kevin, if you want to get Regina something really nice, rather than a shout out, get her a nice mattress to bone on. Make
Regina's
a little
like, yes,
baby. Make a little baby on that thing. 40% off the bundle packages. That's the adjustable base and the mattress. And that's sandwiched together. Got to get them both to get that 40% off. Otherwise, you can get 30% off everything in the entire store with the promo code Drinkin' Bros. Put sheets, pillows, just the mattress, just the adjustable base. You can lump it all in there. You get 60 fucking items in your goddamn cart. Get 30% off of all of them. And for all of 2022, you get a 60-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest at ghostbed.com/drinking bros. So you can live your best life for about $20-25 a month. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. Who we got up next, James?
And I'm living my best life. One of
I'm living my best life.
one of our faves, Monk Pack.
What up?
This episode is brought to you by Monk Pack.
It
this
is.
studio is brought to you by Monk Pack. My nutrition is brought to you by
Monk Pack. So this was one of our faves. We reached out to them and said, hey, can you just sponsor the shows? We eat this in real life. And they were like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Now, the problem is we have to hide it. So it is currently hidden in the office. We got 20 boxes. They were gone in a week.
Yeah, so Monk Pack is a low-sugar, keto-friendly bar,
Yep.
which are plant-based, gluten-free, non-GMO, and they taste,
Guomo?
more importantly,
Guomo?
no guomo. More importantly, they taste really good. They don't taste of like a fake sugar type of thing. They just taste kind of naturally sweet and a good little snack. They have granola bars, I like the nut and seed bars because they feel like you're
Yeah.
eating real stuff, right? You
The
can
sea
see
salts-
all the nuts and everything in there.
That sea salt dark chocolate is really good. The coconut cocoa chip is awesome. The blueberry one, they've got the maple. It doesn't matter what's in this box. The variety pack is great because you get to try all of them. That's what I'd recommend. Best in the biz. I fucking love these goddamn things, and we keep ordering from office,
and if
home,
you
everywhere.
if you don't have a studio full of hungry people and you're just at your house, they'll probably last you a little longer than they last us,
they're
and they're
cheap,
just
too.
going to be a snack that you grab really quick so
Yeah.
that you're not grabbing something
Low
horrible.
carbs, low sugars. It's great. So get 20% off your first purchase of any Monk Pack product by visiting monkpack.com. Enter the code Nooners at checkouts. To get started, just go to monkpack.com. That is MUNKPACK.com and select any product. Then enter the code Nooners at checkout to save 20% off your purchase. Monk Pack is so confident in their product. It's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll exchange the product or refund your money, whichever you prefer. Last but not least, hardafseltzer.com. It's out. All 4 flavors are sitting right here.
Yeah, deliveries are starting to come. We're getting pictures of
Everybody,
people partying.
We've had over 1,000 cases delivered already, and everybody's partying. Same feedback, which is great. Everybody's like, holy shit, this tastes the best. That was the goal. That's why it took us so long to get out, is we focused on the taste, and we were like, I don't really, if you don't have that, you're fucked, and then you're just kind of dead in the water after that. So we took our time with it, and it turned out really, really great. Everybody who's drank it is just like, Jesus Christ, this is amazing. They've also said I got super fucked up, which it's 8%. So
Yes,
you're welcome.
you definitely need to watch out. But I think it's the delivery time and when it actually got delivered is perfect because it is starting to get warmer in a lot of places.
Yep.
And that's exactly what you want when it's hot out.
And we
Something
will-
that's not super sweet, just really refreshing.
Yeah.
Fucks you up. You're not getting super full when you're by the pool.
Spring
Or
break.
on the gay boy boat.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
just
you
have it
don't
shipped
wanna
to your
be-
house.
Yeah.
hardafseltzer.com. Just go there. Ships to 42 states. We will also be going to San Antonio to do a live show from the Sweet 16 next week on next Thursday, and we will have it with us. So if you want to meet us at that, all you guys will be there, and
Is this
D'Anthony.
the first they're hearing of it?
No, we
Okay.
chatted about this yesterday.
Okay.
So.
I
You
think
never
we should
know.
go live from the parking lot, or if we
Is
can.
it possible?
Yeah, it is.
Then I would love to do that.
Let's do it.
All right.
It's happening.
That's
So-
what like Giorgio's been kind of working these other things to like try some
Test it
stuff
out?
out for.
I'd love to. I'd love to go live from the fucking parking lots.
He's a real company man. I know it doesn't seem like it sometimes, but he's a real company man.
Real company, man.
Drinking hard AF in
Yeah.
the back of a Tahoe,
Yeah.
cameras on,
Yeah.
just giving our hot
Yeah.
Yes.
Jabe, Skeet Davidson's going to space now. He's going to space next week on Amazon's thing. Anything is possible if you have a big dick and you fuck a Kardashian.
The only thing I care about less than Pete Davidson
Going to
is
space?
Space, yeah. So those two things, you're gonna have to take the lead on this one because I could not possibly.
With your motion sickness, space would be awful for you. That whole
also,
flight
my
would be
tiny
miserable.
brain, like I can't think beyond the clouds.
So here's
You know
what
what I
we were
mean?
chatting about this a little bit last night, and this I'll ask you for. Has there ever been a person with less talent getting more out of life than Skeet Davidson?
I'm sure there has.
Kim Kardashian.
Thank you.
But she's super hot. Like, let's
Not
be
talent.
real.
It's not talent.
I understand,
It's
but
not
he's not.
talent.
He's not attractive in any way, shape, or form. Like,
Well, he's skipping the line. Like we have to we just talked about this. Like we have to give him props.
Yeah.
we do.
He's been skipping the line.
What a trajectory.
With his
pun
dad
intended.
dying
in 9/11.
9/11,
Yes, yep.
he really leveraged that into an entire career and possibly domination.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
he's now buying bars that are badass and weird.
What?
Like the ferry thing to me.
Oh,
I'm
he bought the
into
ferry with,
it.
Colin
But then he
Jost,
has
yeah.
another bar that they were saying
He bought the one of the Long Island ferries. Him and-
Yeah, with
Jost.
Colin Jost, and he's gonna turn it into
Into a bar.
something that'll probably be fucking cool, right?
I'm sure. It is so shocking to me. Delco has said it best yesterday. His hit list is on a Derek Jeter level now, where it's just like you look at the women that Jeter bodied over the years. Mm-hmm. I don't know that it compares to Pete Davidson's. Like, for real. Kim Kardashian.
We can't compare. I mean,
Ariana Grande.
Jeter is super talented, though, at something that is very attractive to women.
Dating wise, yes, Jeter's a gorgeous man.
All-star.
Right, here's Derek Jeter's top 10 girlfriends.
There we go.
Please.
Mariah Carey. This is not ranked in order. It's just listing 10.
Okay.
And Mariah Carey was in her prime, by the way, so I'll give him that. Yep.
I don't think Pete's close yet.
You know,
Okay.
he hasn't touched Jeter yet.
Yeah, it's like he's in the
Okay.
He's
conversation.
getting there. He's getting there. He's young.
Tyra Banks.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Back when she was hot, too. Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
yeah.
ScarJo. Yeah.
Jessica Alba.
Sin City Jessica
Oh,
Alba.
that's
that's
right.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adriana Lima.
That's
Shit.
right.
Jessica Biel.
I
Beelster.
remember that.
Yeah.
You were really sad.
That was sad.
You were really
Here's
sad.
my personal favorite because he did this in her prime too. Maybe the most underrated hot chick in the history of film and
I know what
television.
you're
Minka
gonna say.
Kelly.
Minka fucking
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah. I thought, by the way, that combo and the timing, I thought that was going to be the end, right?
Yeah.
I did
was
too.
like,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
okay, this
I'm with you.
is it,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And then you've got Jordana Brewster.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'll find some other ones. I'm sure that's not even the.
Yeah. No,
So
that's
Pete has Kim
Kardashian,
Kate Beckinsale,
Kate Beckinsale,
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
There's a few others.
And then the, like-
potentially fucking what's her name too? Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus. Yes.
Miley Cyrus.
Don't sleep on Miley Cyrus, dude. Like, that's a
And
good
then
one.
he went through like I like to call him Bob's type, but like that like skinny brunette kind of nondescript. They all look the same. Girl like Quali, Gerber, you know those. He went through all of those too, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's Cindy Crawford's daughter. That's who I was just
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of.
yeah. But
Yeah.
they were all these like just very skinny, no boob.
Yeah. Bill Schofield, by the way, is saying, I can confirm being a tall, skinny white dude, you can get a lady out of your league even with no talent. Maybe height is a big thing. Even in that fucking Bachelor last night, when they brought the girl back to the house, she was like, what do you love about my son? He's tall. That's a big one for girls. That's a big one for
The
girls.
3 6s, yeah.
Yeah. What's that? Jimmy?
No.
Don't you fucking dare say Jimmy from Yellowstone.
No.
No, 6 feet tall, 6 inches, and six
6 figures.
I've never heard
Like
that.
the worst thing that it was on a Barstool thing, but like, what is that?
That's
Applaud?
really funny.
But like, it was literally the worst thing I heard coming out of a girl's mouth. Like, I cringed. But
It's true.
It's definitely
fucking true.
It's definitely a white girl because of 6 inches.
yeah.
pretending like
And
that's
remember,
huge.
Do you
and
want
she
more
was-
than 6? Like,
and she was like, I'm flexible. She was like, I'm flexible with the last one, the 6 inches, because like, man, you could work some stuff.
well, here's the other thing. A vagina is 8 inches deep, and that's the real deep ones, right? In
Yeah.
life. So it's like, what are you going to do past an ocho at that point?
Right.
So that one I can understand. The height thing and the money thing. What I could never understand in this life is in some of these shows, guys who have girl best friends and girls who have guy best friends, and then you enter a relationship and expect that's going to be magically cool. Because in no fucking world is that cool.
Now, this is very highly debated. When I had our show, Broettes, we would talk about it often, and it was very split.
Tiffany, well, so I'll speak for this. Tiffany had guy friends, and she was like, "Oh, they're my best friend. They're my best friend." And here's what I used to tell her.
I will say, eventually she came around because she was like, actually, I've come around to your side. Guys and girls cannot be friends. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Oh, she did say
She
that.
eventually
Okay.
did, but in the beginning was like, yeah, what the fuck? I mean, it's just like,
So she brought that up to me one day, and I go, "Look, there is not one guy that you're best friends with or friends with that doesn't want to fuck you at the end of every single day."
Want or would?
Both.
Yeah. And that
a
was my
dude?
point. That was my point is like, look, if you are hanging out with a girl, if you are If you are into the sound of her voice and her opinions, it's only because in the back of your mind, you would have sex with her.
Yeah, 100%. And then there's a lot where you don't agree with those people. You just want to have sex with them anyways, just to do it.
But then you're not best friends.
I get that.
Right. Would is different than want though. Would is like you're not actively seeking it, but you're just like, I mean, if they fucking like, I for sure would. You know what I
Right.
mean? But like, you don't want to climb. You're like, it's kind of like, You're not like manipulating the situation and Right.
trying to get her into a place where you actually are actively trying to.
Right.
But if things aligned,
yeah.
They align. The stars align.
the stars aligned, if you were drinking, if somebody was out of town, whatever it was,
Yeah.
it would happen. You're killing. So I bet even in the chat, and probably even in this room, there's people that are like, no, you can. Guys and girls can be friends.
Yeah.
That's what, okay, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan's one of them. He's saying that he would be fine. Are you saying you would be fine with a girl that you are dating very seriously,
having a dude best friend?
having a heterosexual male best friend?
All right, so I am the other side of that scenario where I do have a female best friend. I have slept with her, and it has been a problem in all of my relationships.
Yeah.
So then how are you not agreeing with me?
No, but here's everything is fine as long as the sex is good between you and your partner. As soon as like they're not the one you're like actively wanting to fuck, that's when it becomes a problem.
It is never worked out in the history of man.
I think it's really fucking unhealthy if it's a best friend. I
Same
think it
here.
can be a very close friend.
Absolutely.
But if that's your one,
And-
that's your number one.
Yeah, but
And by the way, you have to have not slept with them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
having already
Yeah.
fucked them makes a big difference.
You can't. Like that, the only
I think
way
it does
that...
make it
I think
healthier.
it's
Yeah,
better
it's-
if you already slept with
Yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
because it's like the mystery is not there, right?
Yeah, but then one
it's
night.
better for you, but it's not better for your partner.
No, because
Do you know
one
what I
night
mean? Like,
you're gonna roll
better
out.
for you because you already fucking know what it is. But the partner's always like, is he thinking about?
Yeah.
No, all that matters is if I'm bigger than him or not. That's all that matters to
No.
every guy.
No, it's not true.
I will say too, though, like it is shitty. I agree with Ross because like she changed my name in her phone when she was with her now ex-husband.
Yeah.
None of
So
this
if
is
you
okay.
have to do anything like that, it means that it's not something that's normal. It means that it's not something that's like we're okay with
It's
as
dishonest.
a society. It's dishonest.
Dishonest.
And I will say, like, I even think of that as far as even like a gay guy best friend or girl best friend that you are spending more time with or talking more intimately than you do with your partner. Like anything that is taking you away from really working on your shit with your partner is detrimental. It could be any sex, it could be a whatever. It's even worse if it's a dude. But just like Giorgio's saying, like every marriage, every relationship is going to have ups and downs. If you have someone to go to during the downs that you can cry on their shoulder or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Because then you're gonna have a few drinks one night, end up hooking up, sucking dick.
Let's see.
I think like for all of my wife's guy friends that she has, I usually like I can tell
How
really,
many does she
Yeah,
have?
Well,
wow.
what I'm saying is like I can always tell like from how they kiss if they're like that this doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't even. They're not
Yeah,
really.
they're- I didn't
really
feel it.
short. There's 12
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah. So Dan, I think that you kind of would explore it, but I think if you were really in a serious relationship,
No, I'm saying as a person with experience in this, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Because even now it's like it could happen one day. Like,
Not only that, but there's
Right.
massive trust issues then between you and your partner of like, oh, why do you, and especially if they're hot, forget that. If the other person is remotely good looking in this, no, there's not one fucking prayer, dude.
But that's only the insecurities. Like if you have a good relationship and like communication and trust with your partner and the sex is good, you don't feel insecure. Like they could be best friends with whoever. Like in that moment, you feel absolutely fine.
Georgie, because you're going to be a swinger one day. And I think you don't care whether or not your significant other is hanging out with somebody you're having
No,
sex.
I'm saying you're not jealous because you're you're laying pipe the right way.
you're
They're
bringing the thunder,
satisfied.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like she's all about you. You're invested in her. You can let them be friends with whoever because you know that like
But Giorgio, variety
No.
is the spice of life.
it really is.
Yeah, dude.
Giorgio.
That's just not a thing, man.
Spoken like a true
Single man.
single motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. That's a single guy shit where it's just like, get involved
again,
in a
like,
deep relationship and then see how it is.
What I was
Because I'm sure,
saying-
Dan, on the other side of this, your whoever girlfriend it was during this was probably pissed off that you were still talking to this other person.
Oh yeah, we went to their wedding, and the girl I was dating at the time was like livid.
See? I mean, you can't do it. I know. So Lauren Manley is in the chat. Was like, no, my best guy friend gets Christmas gifts from my husband. Don't think if your husband died, he wouldn't be there right inside your bed, and you guys would be watching Love
I
Is
think
Blind.
it can be different if you have a couple,
Like two couples?
best friends, right? You're not, but you're like, I'm not gonna be texting the guy in the relation. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'll put it this way. I don't even ask for my friends' wives' numbers
Yeah.
at all. Like I don't like Brittany and Dan. Perfect example. I don't know her. I didn't even know her last name until like 2 or 3 months ago. I don't have her number in my phone. I've never asked for her number or any of my friends. Like I don't have any of even my best friends from college who've been married for years. I don't have any of their wives' numbers.
Ross,
at all.
she actually works here, so you might want to get
yeah, you
that.
might want to get it.
No,
She has your number.
I understand, but like that for
No,
me.
it's just yeah.
Because
it's
I'm up
just a
I'm up
thing.
late at night working and shit, and like I don't want to send a blast off a text because I send a lot of emails and texts late, but they're all to dudes for work related shit. I don't want to be like, oh hey, here's a rad shirt design at fucking 1 a.m. It still would come across as weird, and I don't even want to put my friends in that position of like the fuck, bro. So I didn't even ask for their numbers. I don't even have them, just to be safe because of them, not me.
And it
obviously.
all goes down in the DMs anyway.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll bring this up then. Do you guys have locks and numbers and shit on your phone? Do you have codes?
Do you have passcodes?
Yeah, do you have passcodes?
Yes.
All of you. In relationships?
Yes.
Bob,
Bob, you too?
I mean, what if my phone gets stolen?
what do you have in there that's that deep and intimate that
You
you're
can
worried about losing?
access all my crypto.
Your crypto. Do they
What
know your
sort of-
fucking... Don't you have to enter a passcode in for crypto?
Not if it's logged in.
What sort of Serbian prostitutes do you think are going to be touching your phone?
I'm not talking about. I'm just saying I put a passcode on my phone in general. So like if somebody steals my phone, they can't
The
just
Drinking
like unlock
Bros
my shit.
YouTube is accessible through these devices.
Yeah.
yeah, you don't.
Even if I did nothing and didn't have like my bank on there or whatever, even though the bank requires an extra step anyway, like yeah, I'd keep it. I have a passcode on my phone. I don't
Why?
Because it's
ALW...
my fucking shit.
Okay.
See, ALW says, prove it, Ross, and we want to see your phone list. So here's the thing. Jesse and I, we've been together for, what, close to 11 years now at this point? Relationship-wise, I've never had a code on my phone or whatever, and I'm like, feel free to go through it
neither.
anytime you want. I don't give a shit. Just because I want her to feel comfortable, and vice versa. Like, I don't ever want, like, the question, just even the question of, like, who was that on your phone or who was that? It's like, look, I don't care, and I have no codes on it.
Right.
I find it weird that other people do. Now, I guess with crypto and shit, maybe that would make sense. I have to put in a code for mine, so like, but my crypto account, other than that, great. If you find all my dick pics, you do. Like, whatever, dude.
I would
don't
let my
give a shit.
significant other go through my phone. Like that's not a big deal.
Nah, I also no.
But then you have to ask for the passcode.
fuck going through phones. Like just trust me.
Would you say you could be trusted? Yes or no?
Yes, I've actually never cheated on a girlfriend.
What about DMs that
No,
are
not-
questionable?
Well, yeah, but
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but if you are doing stuff like that, yeah, you should have a passcode because if it doesn't mean anything to you, but you still don't want the significant other to find it, then cool, keep doing you.
Well, that's also there's a certain matter of context in that too, right? Like people take tweets out of context all the time. Like a DM, like they don't if they see a DM or something, they don't fucking know what it means. Like it could easily be taken out of context, especially if you're searching through someone's phone and they don't know, like you stole the phone or whatever. Then whatever context you're coming from is probably already in a really bad place. Like you're probably looking for things to get mad at.
If you're going through the phone,
Yeah.
you're not out of contexting something. You see sexting, like you see people's names change, like you find what you're looking for.
Wait, so there's a guy in the chat, Kurt Webb, who brought up a really great comment here. He says, that and the fact that Ross is plowing in 10 to begin with, so he's got nothing to hide. 100%. And that is the only way that I wanted to get married.
Who said that?
Kurt Webb.
Hey, Kurt, see you in the DMs. Just kidding.
But that's the God's honest truth. Like, if you're going to get married, it should be the hottest girl that you want to fuck every day and your best friend. Otherwise, it's going to be a fucking long road. Marriage is tough enough as it is.
Yeah.
Let alone if you don't have those elements together. Yeah, dude, you're fucked.
guess-
But I waited for that exact reason. Like, I didn't hop into something when I was 23, and I was like, all right, great, let's do it. I waited till 33.
Right. We
I am
waited till
now.
we did all the crazy stuff
Yeah.
we wanted to do.
And then it was like,
Tried
all right,
it
great.
all
There's
out.
nothing left in this world. Maybe 4 contortionists in Tucson or something, but it's like,
Right.
all right, great. But even
And
then,
then we settled for each other.
yeah.
But anyways, I'm speaking from someone that goes through the phone.
Oh, you go through the phone?
I go through the phone. You know, I go through the phone.
Recently?
Not recently.
Okay.
But
I don't
definitely,
care- I don't care either
certain
way, but-
stages of pregnancy, definitely certain stages of like that time of the month, insecurity, whatever. You go through the phone. I've, by the way, never found anything, but I do.
What's the immediate feeling you feel when you set it down? Like you've gone through it, like you didn't
I don't
find what you-
feel
like-
good. I don't feel good
Feel
because I
dirty.
haven't found anything. But
If you did, then it would validate.
Going through the phone, though, in the first place, just feels wrong. No?
it does and it doesn't, right?
Feels
Like
so
I would
good.
venture to say, I'm not going to say who on the panel, but like if someone had gone through the phone, maybe things would have gone differently. Like I think that there's something to be said for like not letting the other person literally out on a big long leash, because that in itself feels a little bit weird. Like someone that literally doesn't care what you do, who you talk to, whether it's X, whether it's whatever, that to me seems weird.
It's like, why don't you care?
Why don't you care? You should care who I'm fucking talking to. You should care.
You should
like
be a little jealous.
You can just at me. It's okay.
what? I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
we're not. There's nothing. We're not saying. We're keeping it. It could be.
I'm saying that's what I do.
It could be white
By the
Crocs.
way, I don't give a really, 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 really long leash for you to hang yourself. I let you know, like, you can have the leash, but I will tug on it every once in a while and be like, hey, bro. And I think it shows you kind of want the other person to be a little bit jealous. You want the other person to give a shit. If you don't give a shit, stuff is going to happen. Like, it just does.
Well, and the other thing, I will say this for me. I hate technology anyways. So like, dude, I rarely go through the DMs or any of that shit, and like, I can't even answer fucking text messages back to people. Like, I think let's see how many are missed.
I'm not saying it's normal. I'm just saying
631 that I have not returned.
Yeah, I'm just being honest that like when girls go through the phone, they're feeling very, very insecure. Or they have some kind of feeling about something.
Yeah.
That's all.
I've always been right going through the phone.
You've always been right?
You've always been right?
I've always been right.
Delco's saying no. Delco's saying no.
It's always wrong.
Oh, it was probably
Even
wrong
if
to
you
do
find
it.
something?
Even if you find something,
I found every time I found it.
Yeah, but then you have to explain like why you found
No,
it.
you don't. You
I
rip
know.
the covers off in bed, you spray them with a Gatorade bottle, and you start a fight.
And you start,
It's not fucking.
it's not right.
What fucking homeless encampment did this fight
I
start at?
know, dude. I could
Yeah.
I could smell like a small burner stove like next to the bed where you make hot
But
dogs.
again, we're talking from our experience, our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Don't what about me? Don't what about me right now? I might not be talking to you.
Yeah.
If you're like, we don't do that, I have a fucking passcode, I'm not doing anything, whatever, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah. There it is. Boom. Nice little Gwyneth Paltrow way to end that little segment,
It's the only way because,
You can't speak for everyone, Jabes.
I can't speak for everyone. I can't speak to everyone. Like, what we do, this business, whatever, like, you have to have an opinion, you have to have a point of view, and you have to have a place that you're coming from. Otherwise, you're just a boring Entertainment Tonight host, right? Like, and everybody likes you, and everybody loves you, and you speak to everyone, and nothing's really controversial.
I'd have to be black, though. Like, let's face it, we can't have two honkies on the air. That's a little too much these days. No diversity. Or at least trans. Have my dick in a jar, in a nice formaldehyde jar. Right. To close out today, Bob Saget's family won that fucking lawsuit. They're going to keep those files sealed up.
The pictures.
How is that possible?
The pictures.
It's what is it, the Sunshine State Law?
Sunshine Law, I think,
Yeah,
right?
let everything go.
Sunshine Law in the Sunshine State.
In the Sunshine
in the
State.
Sunshine State. Sunshine.
I don't know how they did it, but again, I think it's just pictures.
Of him dead?
Yeah.
Okay. With his ding dong out. That was my guess.
Oh, I don't know.
Could have had a quick jack sesh before he died. I hope he did.
I
And
know.
then, went to sleep after that.
Yeah.
Maybe he was naked.
Yeah.
Maybe he was buck naked.
Yeah, I don't know. But I haven't seen any pictures.
They're sealed. So the family did
So
win.
good for them.
So they sealed it up and they said, we're grateful. We can move on and continue the grieving process. And that's that. But I don't know how they got around that, to be fair. And the mystery out there, there's still people speculating about shit. It's not going to end it for sure. But also Bob Saget would have loved it. Like he was super dark, like in a really funny way. So he would have loved all this, I bet. Except for the way you die. That would be a bitch, right? Like you want to go out in some kind of sweet way or just in your sleep or whatever. Well, I guess he wasn't asleep, but to crack your head open on a goddamn marble floor would be, eesh. Where you probably just slipped on water getting out of the shower.
It does feel a little old man-ish, right? Like you don't want to go out.
He wasn't an old man.
I
And that's
know.
what sucks. Because like even though he was 65, he carried himself like a a cool fucking hilarious dude all the time. So yeah, but the family won. They won that one. And then Jussie Smollett, his brother got on his Instagram account yesterday and pleaded that he be released from the psych ward they put him in the jail cell.
That's where he wants to be.
I would imagine that. But
I thought that's
apparently
why
not.
he kept saying that is because he wanted to be in.
Apparently
protective.
not. The message he got this morning is, or that they released this morning, was that thanks to all the fans, they've moved him out of the psych ward. Oof, if he could just end his life now, it'd be great. It'd be great. Like, that'd be a fun little way to cap off that story too, Just hang it up, pun intended. Go Aaron Hernandez, go, Epstein, like, let's do it. He's probably out of money at this point. So what else do you? And you can't have a career after this.
Right.
So go out like a boss. Go out on top and be that. Then that way, maybe people would be like, "Oh my God, it's tragic." Documentaries made about you. Your not real estates. Your family estates can get money for that. Like nice little 2020 story. You could stay in the news for a few years after that.
Yeah.
Because that's all he really wants. So fuck him. Otherwise, thanks for joining us today. This was fun. It's a fun show.
Yeah.
Learned a lot about each other today.
We really did. Ruffled some feathers.
Yeah, cut to camera 5 one more time. One more time, Georgia. There it is. There's that white croc, dude. Creeping, dude.
Why are you asking Giorgio?
Creeping in the croc.
I don't know who's got the control of it.
It's me.
It is you? All right.
Sometimes.
Giorgio's just here for
It's emotional support.
yes, which you really do very well. I was telling Ross the other day.
I feel like it's something like the
you have
glue.
that thing where you understand. You've got to do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
good.
And then that white croc
Guys
just
are all
dangles,
good.
dude. Just a white croc dangling.
You need
Look
to
at
make up for a white croc, is what it is.
Lost in the wild, the white croc survives one more day. The albino crocodile lives one more day.
He's just going Nick is just going comf today.
Why not, dude? That's
100% comf.
It's a fucking studio. You should.
Absolutely.
You should be comfy.
Slash
You should be
spa.
comfy.
Yeah.
Not slash spa. My God, man. Although we do have a ghost bed in the back that's propped up.
Got some mani-pedis later.
Ooh, fun, flirty. Let's do it. Go to iTunes, rate the show 5-star, and leave a quick review. I can't say this enough. That is all those fucking people care about. The advertisers just do it. Me personally, I don't care. They care, and that's what keeps the fucking lights on. So go and leave a review there. And then go to Spotify and rate it a 5-star too. There's no written thing. You just literally click 5-star and walk away. You can throw your phone down and discuss afterwards. I don't care. Just do that. And then for the summertime and spring break, go to hardafseltzer.com. Get fucking wet, dude. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.